I didn't mean to find out, and I didn't mean to be the one to tell her. But now my family's divided, my sister's devastated, and somehow I'm the one they're blaming. So, AITA for telling my sister the baby isn't her husband's? I, 31 ma'am, have always been close to my sister Marissa, 29 femme. We're only 2 years apart, raised practically like twins. We survived our parents' divorce together, snuck out to parties as teenagers, cried together when she had her first heartbreak. She's always been my person. Her husband, Tyler, 33 man, was someone I was skeptical of at first. Not because he did anything wrong, he was just too polished. The kind of guy who always says the right thing, but never shows you what he's really thinking. They'd been married for 5 years. 2 years into it, they started trying for a baby. And it was rough. 2 miscarriages, 1 chemical pregnancy, a failed IUI. I saw what it did to her. The way she started to retreat inward. Tyler was supportive, but distant. Then suddenly a miracle. She got pregnant. Naturally. They were both ecstatic. Or at least, she was. Tyler looked shocked but happy. The whole family threw a small party. I remember her beaming as she held up the sonogram, saying, "He's finally coming." But I noticed something weird that night. Tyler barely touched her. No hand on her back. No kiss. No protectiveness. No joy. Just this quiet tension. I told myself I was overanalyzing. That he was nervous. That he was processing. But then came the slip. About 4 months into the pregnancy, I stayed at their place one weekend. Marissa had gone to bed early. Tyler and I were up watching TV. He was drinking, more than usual. He started talking. Rambling, really, about how things change, and you never really know someone. I asked if he was okay. He turned to me and said, "You ever feel like something's being forced on you? And if you say no, you're the bad guy?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He laughed, then stared at the wall and said, "She says it's mine, but I know it isn't." That sobered me up fast. I asked, "Wait, the baby?" He didn't answer, just stood up, walked to bed, and slammed the door behind him. The next day, he acted like nothing happened. But I couldn't unhear it. I'll let it stew for a while. I didn't tell anyone. I thought maybe he was drunk, paranoid. Maybe he'd changed his mind. Maybe he was wrong. But then, about 2 weeks before the due date, I was helping set up the nursery. Marissa was organizing drawers. She handed me a folder, one of those baby booklets where they track appointments, weight, heartbeat, everything. I don't know what made me flip to the front page, but the conception date didn't line up, like not even close. It said estimated conception, June 2nd. She and Tyler were on a break then, a 2-month separation. She stayed with me for 3 weeks that summer. I remember it vividly because she cried every night for the first week. Tyler had asked for space to reassess. They only got back together in mid-July. I asked her, carefully, when they reconnected. She said, "Not until July 18th. Why?" I didn't answer, because the math didn't work at all. Now, I'm no genius, but I have a calendar, and biology doesn't lie. I didn't say anything. I wanted to. But how do you tell someone who's 8 months pregnant that their husband doesn't believe the baby is his? And he might be right. So I didn't. Until the baby was born. He's beautiful, perfect, but he doesn't look like Tyler at all. Dark hair, darker skin tone, slightly hooked nose, nothing like Tyler or anyone in his family. I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. But Tyler did. He didn't even hold the baby for the first 2 days. He sat in the corner of the hospital room, staring out the window, cold, silent. On day 3, I found him outside the hospital, smoking. He doesn't even smoke. I asked, "Are you okay?" He looked at me and said, "Tell her, you're her brother, she'll believe you." That was the moment. That was the permission I didn't ask for but was handed. So I told her. I didn't go into detail. I didn't mention the exact date. I just said, "Tyler doesn't think the baby is his. And I did the math. It's possible he's right." She stared at me like I'd just slapped her. Then she whispered, "Are you saying I cheated on my husband?" I said, "I'm saying the timeline doesn't make sense." She didn't speak to me for a week. Then I got a text. 2 words, DNA test. 3 days later, she sent me the results. Tyler, 0% probability. She didn't respond again after that. I later found out from my mom that the father was a guy she briefly reconnected with during their separation, an old college friend. A one-night thing. She never told him. Never thought she had to. She genuinely believed Tyler was the father. She's now going through a divorce. She's moved back in with our parents. She refuses to see me. Tyler won't answer my calls either. My mom says I should have stayed out of it, that it wasn't my place. But what was I supposed to do? Let the baby grow up with a father who silently resented him? Let Marissa stay blind while her marriage rotted underneath her? So now I'm alone. No sister, no brother-in-law. Just this truth I wish I didn't know. AITA for telling my sister her baby wasn't her husband's. Because right now, I'm not sure honesty was worth what it cost. I didn't expect the results to land so hard. The text came while I was at work. A single message from Marissa. You were right. When I got home, the envelope sat on the kitchen table. I opened it. Inside, the report. Big bold letters. 0% probability of paternity. Tyler is not the father. My heart sank, then broke. That night, I drove to my parents' house. Marissa sat on the back porch, holding the baby. The baby we believed was ours, our family. Tyler was nowhere in sight. Her eyes were red, empty. She whispered, "He won't come home." Tyler left his wedding ring on the nightstand in their bedroom. Our mother found it. I tried to stay and help. I offered to watch the baby, to talk with Marissa, to figure out what comes next. She said, "I don't want your help." And just like that, I vanished from their lives. Calls unanswered, texts ignored. My parents whispered about how I opened Pandora's box. Marissa moved back home. Tyler filed for divorce. I packed my things and moved out of the town I grew up in. What hurts most? The baby. He didn't ask for this. He loves Tyler, calls him daddy. Tyler is gone, and I'm left watching it all unravel. Now I'm haunted by the question, did I do the right thing, or was I the one who broke the family? Months passed. I tried building a new life. New town, new job, fresh apartment, pulled away from the past. Then one morning, the phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. A husky voice said, "I'm his father." I paused. "Who is this?" "My name's Aaron. I was your sister's friend in college. I found out about the baby. I want to meet him." A flood of emotions hit me. Anger, rage, relief, fear. I arranged one meeting at a park. He came, tall, uncertain, clutching a coffee cup. He looked at the baby photo I kept on my phone and said, "I recognize the nose." He told me what happened during the separation. The night, the regret. He said he didn't find out until recently. He never told Marissa because he knew Tyler never dreamed of being a dad. He thought, let it be his moment. Then he looked at me. I told her I'd always be in her life if she asked. She never did. I suggested we tell Marissa together. He paused, shook his head. "No, you tell her. I'll stand by you." When I went to see her, she slammed the door in my face. I left the photo on the porch and a note. "He's here when you're ready." Days later, I got a text from Marissa. "I can't see the baby this way." She moved out. Tyler's bail from the divorce intensified. Aaron hasn't pressed legal rights yet, but he can, and he will. I sit alone now, in my living room at night. Every photo of the baby next to his crib. Every time I hear him coo into a monitor, I flinch. Because the truth didn't set anyone free. It shattered them. AITA. The answer still doesn't come easily, because sometimes the right truth hurts more than the worst lie.